Welcome back to the channel. Well, as promised, I've decided to shoot this now. I've just shot this figure with his jacket on, Hellboy, the animated version, and I was getting him ready for his next bit of filming, which I was going to do tomorrow, but I've decided I've got time, I'm going to do it today. So you'll get 2 Hellboy video reviews tomorrow. And I do like the way he looks. Like Lobo, he's also good without the jacket off. And I like the way he looks. Stripped down to the bone. So I'm going to pose him out with some of the accessories you've seen before. I'm getting some light issues here, but anyway, yeah, that's some accessories, but I'm also going to pose him with that weapon there, which comes out of the accessory pack, and it's very similar to a weapon he has in the movie, especially around, let's get a close-up, the midsection there of the weapon. But I posed that weapon with my Ron Perlman version of Hellboy, but I'm going to try him with this today. So let's move it on. Yeah, decided to turn him around first, just to show you the back of the figure. Not badly done at all. And there's the tail. The tail doesn't move, which is a bit of a mystery to me, because I've got 4 Avatar figures by Mcfarlane and their tails move, so I don't understand why this couldn't, unless it does and it's just feeling really tight because I've had a go at it. But let's get on with the posing, which is what this channel's about. So I've created this one, very similar to the one he did with the jacket on, but it does look pretty good when he's just like that. So he's still got both of the hands in that he had when I started filming him, but I'm going to change them out now, see what that looks like. So changed out that gripping hand for the sword for the fighting fist and got him into that pose. Very similar again to the one I've done like this with the jacket on, but I'm just pulling on some memories of what I did before to save the hassle of thinking things up. Okay, let's try the gesture hands. So I put on the what I call the plasma hand, or ghostly energy hand, but there he is. And not bad. So I've ironed the jacket also, but I'm not going to get time to film that. Or I might change my mind and have a go, but that is something I'm not likely to do because it does take time to put it back on, but it's been ironed and it looks a lot better. Right then, let's bring in another hand. So this is just him with the fighting fists on, in combat mode. Lovely, lovely sculpt. I love the yellow eyes. I know I've said it before, but I do. So that's basic combat mode. I've not bothered to put the pistol back in the holster because that strap thing to keep the top bit down is a bit fiddly, so I just thought I'd leave it off. But you know what it looks like anyway when the weapon's in there. Let's try something else. So I've put that weapon in his hand that I was discussing earlier, which is kind of similar to one he has in the film, especially around the midsection, as I said before, of the weapon. But it doesn't look bad. It's the only weapon that kind of suits him if I had to pick one. And I've got him there with the sword. It's hard for him, in fact it's not possible for him to hold the weapon with two hands, but one is enough if you decide to use this weapon in a pose. I don't think I'm likely to, but you never know. Let's try a different angle. Yeah, I would say this is the better angle. Coming close. Looking like that, he's all right. So that's the same trigger hand that he uses for the pistol he has. It's a lot better than I thought in terms of its grip. But if you try putting that weapon there into that hand, it's not possible. It would look better for me, but it's not possible. So that's him with that weapon. And let's take that weapon off him now and put back the pistol. So then, coming to the end of the review, I'm going to get him into a few poses like this with the sword and the pistol. And it is good to see him in this way, but I've got a feeling once I put the jacket on him, he's going to stay that way for some time. Because I've ironed that jacket now and it does look so much better without those unnecessary creases. But I wouldn't have a problem with displaying him this way in the future. So let's try a couple of more. Don't know what to think of this one. It's not as good as I thought. Didn't quite have the same desired effect as in my imagination. Let's get rid of this quick. Okay. Now this one is better. I've dropped his stance a little bit. And widened his stance as well. This figure does have good knee, ankle and toe articulation, so it's well worth trying out as many things as you can. I'm certainly going to be doing that after this review to see what else I can come up with for future reference. Let's try another one. And I do like this one. Nice little things going on there. Especially with the way his body's turned, his head is tilted. I've angled the arm on the pistol side and angled the arm on the sword side. It does look quite good. I've been shooting him a few times thinking I was happy with the review. In one of my reviews it toppled over this figure, but so far so good. Nearly at the end. Yeah, all I've done is square him on. Haven't even changed the pose. That's what it looks like from the front. So yeah, pretty impressed with him after the recent events, and to pick him up is a nice end to my week. Let's do one more then and leave it there. So I think I'll settle for this as the final one. It's a nice one when you look at it from that point of view. And I do very much like him without the jacket. I can't lie. But at the end of the day, the jacket is going on because I've ironed it. But yeah, one more note. The films, I've got all the Hellboy films except the last one, which I believe was called The Raggedy Man, and I watched it. And it had a very TV movie type quality to it. And the actor who played him, he wasn't even like a muscle bound guy like these guys are, like Ron Perlman was, and this figure is. He's kind of skinny, and I wasn't really impressed. So the last 3 films I have, Ron Perlman only did 2, and the other guy whose name I forgot did a 3rd one. But I did like that 3rd one, and they did step up the gore element, which I liked. But they need to reboot it and bring back somebody fresh and get it onto the same mode in terms of the gore factor as Deadpool and Wolverine. But overall today, I've enjoyed filming him with both the jacket on and off. So let's go wide shot now and say thanks for watching the channel, and I'll see you again next time.